Howdy ho, Dickeritos, it's me, once again, Dick Record, coming to you live from the studio in New York City. I'm about to do a premiere draft in Tarkir Dragonstorm. It's been a week since I've actually looked at the format because I had a busy week, I'm sorry. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe, come over to twitch.tv/DickRecord, and subscribe to the other channel, which may or may not be youtube.com/DickRecord or youtube.com/RecordPlayer1. But with that out of the way, it's like we're ready for our pack one, pick one. What are we getting? Let's see. War Effort is apparently like, if you're going to be in the Boros deck, that is a mythic uncommon. I didn't realize how good that card would be. There's also a Narset, but that puts us very strictly into 3 colors. Boros is, surprisingly enough, one of the top color pairs in the format. I thought my cat wanted me to pick her up. Surprisingly enough, one of the top color pairs in the format. If you can get the cards that make Boros work, it really, really, really flies. So I would have taken Narset, but I don't really want to be in Jeskai right off the bat. And taking a shiny rare doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make our deck, especially a 3-color rare. So I think it might actually be within our best interest to take the War Effort here. There's also Assault Road Skirmish, which is okay. Rejuvenator's fine. Kieran's not bad. But yeah, I think the War Effort's like the bestimest card to pack one, pick one. Moving into this pack, there's a Stormplan Detainment Strike Master. Strike Master allows us to stay within mono red for the time being, but I'm looking at Surok because I'm surprised that this got passed. Whatever else that was in here must have been absolutely fantastic. Can't be countered. 4/3 trample for 3 mana. If your opponent attempts to use removal or target your creatures with anything, you just draw a card. Sure. I think we take that. I think it's the best card in this pack by a long shot. Wouldn't mind the Strike Master. The Stormplan Detainment's probably the second best card in this pack, but it's definitely the Surok here. We're also passing a Dismal Backwater. What we got going on here? Attuned Hunter seems okay. Temur Tawny back actually might be better than Attuned Hunter. Oh, but this has Trample. I do like a good Trampler. There's also a Dragon's Prey, a Dagron's Prey, rather. Dagron's Prey. Dragon's Prey, which is one of the better removal spells, although sometimes you do have to pay 5 to kill a dragon with it, plus any ward cost that it may or may not have. And it feels like there's more ward on dragons in this set than anything. Temur is not the color wedge that... I don't know. I do think that this is one of the better cards here, though, but there's also a Tawny back. I'm going to take the Attuned Hunter. Snakeskin Veil is also pretty good. When one of our cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Yeah, this is a good Temur card, actually. Yeah. And we might be slowly edging into Temur. And there's a Frontier Bivouac, which is really hard to pass up. But Channeled Dragonfire might be... Actually, hold on. I lie. Right? Although this plays pretty well with Attuned Hunter, the Channeled Dragonfire, I think the Bivouac might just be better for us, all things considered, because it fixes for all of our colors, and it's it's a tri-land. Tri-lands are just so good in this format. I think they're better than even the Evolving Wilds, simply because your land still comes into play tapped, but you still get 3 colors out of it. I would love to take a Channeled Dragonfire. I would. I think we have to take the Bivouac. It's just, I can't say it's free, but it's pretty good. Now, out of this pack, I think we take the Sagu Pummeler. There's also a Champion of Doosan, but the Sagu Pummeler, a 4-mana 4/4 with Reach, real strange there. Also like the Champion of Doosan. I like these both. Although I feel like the stats on the Pummeler are just slightly better, but the Champion of Doosan does give you some Reach, right? There's also a Collector Sage, or Constrictor Sage rather, which could be playable in this deck. as well as the Agent of Cordis or the Sultai Monument. I think we take the Pummeler here. I think this is one of those premium good cards. All right, there's a Keru Goldkeeper here. That feels like a late Salt Road Pack Beast. I think we take the Keru Goldkeeper here. This cares about cards leaving our graveyard, which is 100% what the Sultai colors want, right? It plays well with the, where are you, Attuned Hunter that we took earlier. There's a Devoted Duelist, which I'm not big thrilled on. Unending Whisper is also, like, not bad. I think I'd take a Goldkeeper, because the Renew is actually the better part of this card, right? 2 counters, 2 +1/+1 counters and a flying counter. I think we're in for that, so I'm going to take the Goldkeeper. There's a Dragonstorm. I do like a Bewildering Blizzard. Is it the best card here? I feel like Trade Route Envoy is a little bit too slow for us. This is hard. I like Dragonstorm. We only have 1 dragon. I think Bewildering Blizzard's like just far and above better than everything else here. Although Envoy's like not bad, right? No, wait. Envoy's fine. Sometimes it sucks when it's a 4-mana 5/4. We're gonna take the Blizzard. It could help us blank an entire turn from the more aggressive decks. And speaking of aggressive decks, this Crotic Nest Guard is actually a really good blocker against the aggressive decks. It's also, I think, the only card for us in this pack. I don't like Messenger because even though it's a flying vigilant creature, it puts the card on top of your library instead of into your hand. I don't know what the stats would have to be to put it into your hand, but it just doesn't feel good enough. I'm going to take the Nest Guard. Define blocker. There's a Rejuvenator. I have like very few 1s and 2s. There's a Rejuvenator. I don't think we want the Rejuvenator. I think we want the Unending Whisper because of the Harmonize effect on it. There's another Whisper. There's a Boulderborn Dragon. Boulderborn Dragons end up being okay if you can play them off of the Dragonstorm Globe, right? Or whatever that mana rock, the Manalith is. That said, it might be the Roamer's Routine here over the Whisper. We have a lot of 3s. We have a lot of 3s. The Veil Wield. I feel like that's a really big sign that green is going to be fairly open. I guess we took all these really good green cards, right? I don't like the Artisan. I don't like the Opportunity. Artisan's kind of filler, but is it better than Mastery? If we could be aggressive, Mastery would be okay. Agent of Codis is fine as a 2. And I guess we're taking the Heritage Reclamation, right? But that's more of a sideboard card, which is why it's getting shifted into the sideboard. Whenever this enters or attacks, sacrifice a non-land permanent. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. That card's actually fantastic. Is it better than Lion Weight? I don't know. We'd have to take some fixing for this. And we do have the Heritage Reclamation. But we already have, like, some... It feels like we're going into at least the green... I'm going to put away this War Effort. Green, blue, splashing black. Is Fellothar good enough here? Or do we just take the Lion Weight? Because I think Lion Weight's like a really good removal spell, right? Get a card back from your graveyard. Wallop something that your opponent controls. And we have very little removal. Maybe it is the Lion Weight over the splash here. Yeah, let's take the Lion Weight. We gotta also try to focus on some fixing. Dragonclaw Strike is okay. There's a Gurmag Rakshasa. I don't think we want the Crag, but the Exhale is actually one of the better cards in the format. I think we take the Exhale over the Dragonologist. Dragonologo. Because sometimes this replaces itself sometimes. And untapped dragons you control have hexproof. I wish that this had like prowess or something. I think the Exhale might just be better. Especially against the aggressive decks, which we are. If we're going to be going into green teamer or something, we're going to want to have early game against those aggressive decks, and a lot of that involves just going cancel, or not cancel, mana quench, that's what it is. So let's take the quench for now. There's another Dragonclaw Strike, but I think we like the Sniper. There's also a Bellow. I like the Bellow. There's also a Rakshasa's Bargain. Ooh, actually. Actually, I mean, Harbonize is good there, right? The bargain, though. We do need more fixing. The bargain. Is the bargain better than the bellow? It might be, because the bargain allows you to leave up mana for exhale, right? Granted, they're not the same cost, but if you're leaving up mana for exhale and your opponent doesn't do anything that you really want to counter, you could bargain instead. So yeah, I think it's the bargain over the bellow, especially because that's more in line with our colors. Bellow very much requires a splash, right? So let's take the bargain. That's the you can't counter my stuff. There's another exhale. There's also a Swiftwater Cliffs. Do we just take the cliffs here so that we get better mana? What are we splashing for red? Nothing. Never mind. So it is probably the exhale. The Mistrise Village is interesting for constructed. I don't think I say that it's not for draft, but the counter magic in this format has like mattered a lot. I think we can take the exhale actually. Would like some more on theme, on color dragons though, I'll tell you that much. The Shrine Keeper, there's a Glacier Witch Siege. I think this is one of the worst ones. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, target player mills 4, or you can play lands from your graveyard. I don't think that's good enough. I think we want the Devotee here. Maybe we just take the Thornwood Falls. Oh, there's a Dragonstorm Globe. See, the Globe is actually really good if you're going to try to splash for something like a Jeskai Shrine Keeper. Yeah, let's take the Globe. The Globes are they're too good, I think. The Jeskai Monument. There's also a Boulderborn Dragon and a Scoured Barrens. There's also a Sibsig Appraiser. What am I doing? There's also a Riverwalk Technique. Oh god. Yeah, let's take the Appraiser for now. We have a lot of 3s. The Dragonstorm Globe might have been a mistake if we don't end up crawling up to the upper part of our curve. There's a Spectral Denial. There's also a Dismal Backwater. I think we could take the Backwater. I'm not a big fan of Initiate. Sometimes you make a big creature. Sometimes it becomes huge. I don't think you make this huge. I think you make a big creature instead. But it's so slow. I think we take the Backwater here just to make sure that our mana is like good. It's a Rebuke. There's a Feral Deathgorger, which I think... I was going to say I think it's playable, but I don't know, right? I don't want the Ringing Strike Mastery. We'll take the Deathgorger, but we'll put it in like this pile over here. There's another Agent of Codis, which I don't mind. There's also... It's like an OK2, right? If you get it to trade for something against an aggressive deck, I think it's fine. It's also 2 counters for the Renew, right? It might be better just to take the Tranquil Cove, but I think we need 2s, so I'll take the Agent here. I feel like the Watcher of the Wayside's way better than it looks. Target player mills 2, which could be us, right? But also the gain 2, I think matters a lot. I don't want the Ice Ridge Serpent right now because it's just a very clunky mana war. So let's take the Watcher. It's another 3, I know. Dragonclaw Strike Wield, but there's also another Crotic Nest Guard. We're low on removal, aren't we? Let me take the Dragonclaw Strike for now. Because yeah, there's a Nest Guard and there's another Agent of Codis. Actually, let's just take the Agent. Let's see. Mastery is probably gonna get a cut. Yeah. This probably gets cut too. There's an... Ooh, this Jeskai Shrinekeeper Wield. I kind of feel bad for not taking the White Source earlier now. The Meticulous Artisan can go on the side. Let's see. So there's a Glacial Dragon Hunt. I do like that. There's a Lotus Light Dancers. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. I'm a little bit down on that card, actually. And I think it might be more correct to take the Dragon Brood Relic. Is that crazy? Tap an untap creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. Or spend 8 to create a 4/4. It has Flying Lifelink. When this token enters, it deals 3 to any target. And that... It makes... So it's important to note that the creature dealing the 3 to any target means that you gain 3 off of it, which is kind of cool. There's also a Sultai Devotee and a Windstar Guard Crag, but I think we want the Dragon Brood Relic here. I don't think the Lotus Light Dancers does enough for us. It just basically tells us to put a bunch of cards in our graveyard. Granted, that could be essentially draw 3 in this format. But I don't think we want that necessarily. There's a Caustic Exhale. That's pretty good. It's an Einok Wayfarer. Mardu Monument. And there's a Jungle Hollow. I think it's correct to take the Jungle Hollow here. Just because it makes the Rakshas's Bargain and the Keru Goldkeeper that much easier to cast, right? As well as the Death Gorger, as well as the Lion Weight, right? Black is one of our splashes, and we need to make sure that our mana is just good, right? So I'm going to take the Jungle Hollow here. We're missing a Caustic Exhale, which I don't want to take because I want the black splash to be on the higher part of the curve, right? So I'll take the Jungle Hollow. Huh, there's a Zergo. There's a Thunder of Unity. Can we play this? No, right? Draw 2, lose 2. When a creature you control enters, you drain your opponent for 1. Another Sibsig Appraiser, and there's a Thornwood Falls, and a Snakeskin Veil. Huh. This is hard. This could be hard. I think it's a Sibsig Appraiser. I would love the Zergo or the Thunder of Unity, especially Zergo. I mean, that's what you want when you're doing the aggressive Mardu stuff. Let's take the Sibsig Appraiser. What's this? Shocking Sharpshooter. Wow. There's like a Mardu deck just like wheeling right now. All right. So anyway, and there's a Bone Cairn Butcher. Whoever's in that color pair, I think is going to get paid off pretty well. I think we could take the Evolving Wilds. I think I like it better than the Sarkon's Resolve rather. And it feels like, yeah, because I don't want the Trade Route Envoy necessarily. So DC we don't really care for. There's another Frontier Bivouac. Makes our mana that much better. And then there's a Dusuit Earthcarver, which I think we could play. Actually. There's also a Rugged Highlands. I do believe that Dusuit Earthcarver is pretty good. Sometimes you get a 7/7 out of it. Sometimes you just make 2 very large bodies. And we do need some top end, so I'll take that over everything else here. There's another Rejuvenator. The Champion of Dusen. I think we could take that here. Another Narset. Another one of these Sunset Strike Masters. The Heritage Reclamation and a Swiftwater Cliffs. And I think we just take the Swiftwater Cliffs here. Did I not? Oh, okay. I don't like the Rural Procession. I think we just take the Dismal Backwater. Let's see. Teamer Devotee. Sultai Devotee. Which one's better for us? I think the Teamer blocks better than the Sultai Devotee. And I don't like the Gurmag Night Watch, so I'm going to take the Teamer Devotee. The Ice Climber Wield. That's interesting. I think I could take it, but I don't know if we're playing it as a Jeskai Monument or a Wingspan Stride. I like the monuments, but I don't think we're playing this one. Crocodile, sure, but probably not playing that. And let's see. I don't think we're playing the Dragonstorm Globe. We only have we have 2 dragons. Actually, we might. Red seems wide open now at this point. Well, not wide open. It's just, I guess maybe those are stragglers. I don't know. We got some work to do, folks. Let's figure this out together. Really thrilled with that early pick of Surrak, and so much so that it made itself the deck art. Look at that. Let's see. We're gonna look at what we have: creatures versus non-creature spells. So this is fixing. This is fixing, right? Put those in their own category. This is removal. This is removal. This is fixing. We don't need all that fixing. I think that this is cuttable. This is a combat trick. This is a removal. And these are counter spells, which I think we want to keep in here to leave us some game against the more aggressive Mardu based decks. I don't know if Veteran Ice Climber is going to be the best here. We have a few ways to put tokens onto it. Our mana is pretty spread out. I do think it's correct to play a Plains, a Swamp, and a Mountain in addition to all these other things. We do have 8 8 green sources and 8 blue sources according to 17 lands, as well as 5 black sources, 4 red sources, and 2 white sources. Let's see. We can probably cut Watcher, alright? I don't think it does enough in the deck. And I'm keeping the Veteran Ice Climber just because we need the 2s in the deck. Wait, where are you? Adorned Crocodile is like not really what we're wanting to do here. So I'm gonna cut that. It's just it dies to so many 2-mana creatures that it's just like, ugh, no, never mind. Tuned Hunter. Let's see, how many cards do we have that get removed from the graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have a lot. Actually, we have a lot. 7. Okay, alright. So a Tuned Hunter might actually do some stuff. I'm not a big fan of Ring Strike Master. I'd rather have the Exhales. You know, because sometimes we're just waiting to exhale, right? Get it? The line in... So I guess we'll just consider this all part of the removal suite. And... Fixing. We have to cut a few more cards here. This isn't a control deck, so maybe the Bewildering Blizzard is not where we need to be. I actually kind of don't like the Veteran Ice Climber, but the problem is that we need like early plays realistically. Although I guess it can be annoying, right? Now let's cut the Veteran Ice Climber. I think it's kind of not the most useful here. Let's see. We have 42 cards left. We don't have much beyond. Okay, we do have 6 drops, so we can't cut a land. Is it just the Veil? I feel like it might be the Veil. Or the Nest Guard. I think we need the Nest Guard. If we're going to keep anything against the faster decks, I think we want to keep a Nest Guard. Maybe it is the Veil. Let me cut the Veil. Alright, 41 cards. Call it done. Here's our first opponent. We're 0-0 going into match 1 with 5-color Teamer. Alright, looks like we're starting with an Evolving Wilds. Or maybe just Unending Whisper, which might be more correct. Because we don't have a turn 2 play. So yeah, let's actually just Unending Whisper here. That way we can turn to play this next in turn. One has... Okay, so they're Abzan at the very least. Because they have 3 different colors of mana up. Let's see, with the Evolving Wilds, since we already have 2 green sources, I think I'm going to get a black source. Just in case, right? Because we already have 2 green sources, yeah. The black source here. Let's get this green source out. I kind of want to leave up Exhale, but maybe this is a good time to just play a Sipsig Appraiser and get another card in our hand. Wow. You know what? I'm going to take the Death Gorger because the Dusuit Earth Carver is so far away from us, and we could just use this to draw a card and put a token on something, right? Sure. Okay, so play this. I think we play the Globe here. And next, no attacks, end turn. This thing being a 4/4 is kind of a pain in the ass. What are you going to do, right? It enters with 2 1/1 counters on it. I think we do want to kill whatever they try to cast here. Sure, no blocks. Alright, I guess they're afraid. We do have access to 5 mana. So I think this is probably a good time to champion De La Ducin. Because this allows us to also still leave up mana for the counter. Sure. And we'll end turn here. They might just be planning to Rakshas's bargain. Ooh, okay. So, I think I do want to counter that. Behold a dragon. Oh, wait, cancel. You know what? Actually, we'll let that resolve. Because we can counter something with mana cost 4, and that seems very nice, actually. I'm not super worried about these 2/1/1s. I'd rather just trade the Champion of Doosan for the host, right? And then play the Keru Goldkeeper as a 4/4? That's nice. Would like to hit a land, though. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. I will counter that, if only because it gets rid of the card from their deck entirely. Yep. Trade here. Or attempt to trade. If they have combat trick, that kind of sucks. Duty Beyond Death. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, that's very good. Okay, so that's a 5/5 now. Is there anything huge in our graveyard? The Earth Carver. Power to target creature. Okay. I think what we have to do here is, if I play this, then I can do this, put a token on this, draw a card. No attacks. I was hoping to draw a land, but we just seem to not be able to today. Roamer's Routine might be the play next turn. We haven't shown them anything too silly, right? Okay. Revival of the Ancestors, 3/1/1s, sure. Okay. We'll 100% block like this. Yep. Which is unfortunate because they then put the tokens on something else. I have to, like, play creatures now, right? So if I grab the Doosan Champion, I don't have the mana to play it. But I think we have to, like, grab that, if only because we need to shrink their board. 3/1/1 counters, and they're probably gonna spread them out evenly. So they'll have a 2/2, a 3/3, and a 2/2. Oh, okay. They're actually putting... I feel like it's not worth putting tokens on the prowess creature, because that's always just gonna grow incidentally. An untapped land would allow us to double spell next turn. Otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, this seems better, right? 2/2 and a 3/3. Again, like, ooh, 100 battle veteran. Trample and lifelink. So I do have to... Actually, you know what? Since I know that they don't... let's do it like that. Bivouac is fine here. Can't Roamer's Routine. I think we just Sagu Pummeler. Sometimes you just kind of wish you have, like, untapped land. Yep. Trample and lifelink, so they're probably just swinging out everything right here. I have to block... I need them to not have removal, and it looks like they have removal. Yeah, alright. Good game. Let's see. Alright. Kind of stumbled on lands there. It also feels a little iffy that the majority of our curve is around the 3s, right? Ah, here's our next opponent. We're 0-1 going into match 2 with a 5-color teamer. I retooled the deck just a little bit by putting in the Ice Climber and removing the... Okay, I think I can keep this because we do have the fixing, and removing the one of the 3 drops. Play this. Okay, Teamer Monument, pretty good. Really like those cards, actually. Bivouac. We can globe into... Can we globe into Shrine? No, we can't. Okay. They might have a counterspell here. Never mind. But we can't play the Shrine Keeper anytime soon because we're very far away from those colors. Let's just play the Gold Keeper. Okay, this is the double Heritage Reclamation. Destroy target artifact, sure. Or sorry, yeah, Heritage Reclamation. I did read that right. Okay, play this. Let's see. I will put a counter on this. Draw a card, and then I'll play this. Having a 5/5 in the air seems like a good idea, actually. Boulderborn Dragon, sure. Evolving Wild seems great here. I am going to remove their Boulderborn Dragon so that I can double the power and toughness of my creature. So I hit them for like 12 here. I think that's the correct thing to do. Done? Creature I control, creature... Oh, we don't have red. Do we not have red? This is our blue source. Okay, so cancel. So... Done. Creature I control, creature I control. I think we need to get a white source, by the way. So we'll do that at the end of their turn, end turn. Oh wait, we still don't even have the... Them blowing up our globe was like very bad for us, actually. Rank up, baby. Yeah, them blowing up our globe was very bad for us, but they had such a dirtly start. Like, I don't know what they were planning on doing, but it didn't seem like we were gonna have to deal with much, if anything. Leaf match. Here's our next opponent. We're 1-1 with 5-color teamer in this premier draft. Going into our 3rd match. This seems okay. I can keep it, he said to himself. Our opponent just mulliganed, so... Would like to hit some lands, though, for Crotic Nest Guard. Okay. That's great, actually. Not for Crotic Nest Guard, though. I'll just play that and end my turn there. Leave up the Dispelling Exhale. Submit 0. They don't need to know about that dragon. Kind of getting choked on green here with the 8 green sources in our deck. We have a 26% chance of drawing any of them. creating 2 1/1s. That's their turn. I'm missing a land drop, apparently. If we hit a land drop, I can just play the Kiru Goldkeeper. Or rather, if we hit a green source, I can just play the Kiru Goldkeeper. Veteran Ice Climber. Okay. Want to just dump in their hand? Sure. Oh my god, thank you, game. Okay, so... Dagground. No attacks. Now, I can't block the Ice Climber, unfortunately. River Wheel Sweep. Sure. Feel like they should have taken the Whisper, but okay. Definitely not blocking this, because that's a 3/3. No blocks. Yep. Let's see. I can't attack into that. Or I guess I could, but... Let's see. Crotic Nestguard looks like it has reach, but it does not. Okay. Let's just play the Nestguard here. No attacks. It looks like it has reach because it looks like a dumb spider. It doesn't. Sure. That's great for me. I'm gonna block that, and if they have something, they have something. Osseous Exhale. Okay. Osseous Exhale is a little awkward as a spell, but sure, seems good. Let's see. I can get that back, kill the Poised Practitioner, but I can't cast it again, which is a problem. I still think I do that, simply because we need to kind of stem the bleeding here. So let's kill the Practitioner. Oh, we can just cast it, because it makes a treasure immediately. Oh, I'm a genius. I am so smart. SMRT. Smile at death. Oh no, that's bad, isn't it? 2 creature cards of power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, that's 1, 2. It's 3 creatures so far. That's bad. That's actually bad. Okay. This can't, or it can attack, but I don't think we're going to attack with it. Play the land. I could play the Roamer's Routine here. But I think we need to add to our board, so let's just do that. Next. No attacks. End turn. Yeah, so they get a flyer, right? I can imagine they're gonna grab the flyer. Smile at Death is like... Yeah, that makes... Oh, that's right, it grabs 2 things. Excuse me, what? Put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures. Oh. And a Shiko. What is this deck? All of a sudden, like, here's like a bunch of mythics. I'm gonna get another thing for free. Sure. It exiles that, but then they cast a copy, I believe, and the copy comes back as a... Yeah. Resolve all. My god. Absolutely, I'm getting super duper bodied here. Yep. And the flyers? That doesn't have reach. Yeah, see, they thought it had reach too. Okay. Uh-huh. Yep. Pass. They thought it had reach too, so, like, I understand. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to crack my Evolving Wilds. That's how, like, off my game I am right now. I'm just like, fucking hell. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I think we just... I think we play this as a 7/7 reach. Yeah. Next. No attacks. I'm cracking this now because I didn't do it last time, and that's upsetting to me. View battlefield. I have a black source. We have... So, let's get another blue source just in case. Alright. So there's nothing for them to grab out of their graveyard. But there is a kitty here. Look at the kitty. Your Just Guy deck slaps, though. My god. They could harmonize to make another bird. And put tokens on these things. And, you know, it just becomes that much more difficult for me to deal with this board here. This having prowess and double strike is also very good. Opponent's playing very defensively. Yep. Wow! Excuse me, what? Sure. You know what? Sure. Got another land. That wasn't great. Get a green source. I can play this again for... What's the harmonized cost? 4. I think we just actually put these tokens on this thing. Next. No attacks. Actually, no, their board's too wide, right? If I harmonize another land out just to get another treasure, it's not going to be good for me. Okay. Focus the mind, costing only 2. Yeah. Go off. This this deck that they have is a little nutty. That's all I'm gonna say. And what's funny is that they really should just be throwing some of these 2-power creatures at me, if only because they get them back for free because of Smiles at Death. Like, I feel like they should be doing stuff like that more often, right? Yeah, okay, so we block this. Block, that already triggered, right? We can't block that. I can block... That's got double strike, so I think I have to block this, and then this chumps that. Actually, then wait a minute. Then we're just kind of dead, right? Because this is 3, 4... And I'm not even blocking that stupid asshole. I think I'm just dead, right? Hold on. I guess we can't just double block that thing. I think we actually have to block and trade with that thing. Yeah. Might still be dead. Oh, still alive. Okay. Hey, an exhale. Okay. So... that doesn't really get us anything, right? I could put 2 tokens on this. 7 token. Do this trample. Yeah, I don't think we have enough to do anything here, right? Because if I do this... Alright. And then this. It becomes like a 10-18. Or sorry, a 10-10. But then that's like not enough to also keep all that stuff. Yeah, good game. Alright. Concede. Like, we couldn't just like win out of nowhere with like whatever power we had. Alright. That's fine. Cat's in my lap, by the way, so... Oh, here's our next opponent. We're 1 and 2, going into round 3 with 5-color teamer. I might have gone a bit too deep. Haha. This is not keepable. Yeah, this is a mulligan. That's a mulligan. We can keep this. We're keeping this, and I think we actually ship back a land here because we're going to shuffle the deck anyway. Next, end turn. What are we getting? We have a blue-black source, so maybe we get a red or a white source? Sure. Yes. Let's get a... Get a red source. There we go. Alright, so I think we can play the... Play this. Next turn we can play this for 2 and then tap this. No, do that. I think the next turn is actually just Sib-Sig Appraiser time. Sure. There's the Night Watch, which is basically Mega Surveil. But they've been Cruel Truth, Alchemist Assistant. Ooh, okay. Play the Appraiser. That's not our only red source, so I'm gonna grab the Death Gorger. I don't think next turn we can relic into Agent? Is that more correct than to put a token on this thing and draw a card? Let's see what they have in terms of mana at the end of the turn. I'm not gonna block that. Okay. Bloomvine Regent. Okay. So we can relic? Token on this. Draw a card. Do we attack here? Sure. Next turn we can't Jeskai Shrinekeeper. Wait, can we? Yes, we can, actually, with this guy. And in fact, we can do that while doing Dismal Backwater. Or it might be more correct to just play Agent of Kotis into... You know, I thought I tightened the screws on this chair. Into... Agent of Kotis is 2 mana, but then we would get 1 mana back, so we would have 4. So that would allow us to do Rakshas's Bargain. I think if they don't have any flyers and they leave up mana, or they don't leave up mana, we're going to just Shrinekeeper, get in, gain some life, draw a card. I think that's the best play that we could have. Because we have a red, we have a blue, we have a white. Are they just gonna crack that? 7 mana, okay. Sure. Okay. Anything, just auto pay. Hit, draw a card. That's a great play for next turn. They get to hit us for 7, right? Ooh. Okay. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to have drawn more cards from that, but it replaced itself. Sure. Ooh, that's a lifeless counter, right? Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I can get that back, but I can't cast it immediately. I think it might still be correct to lie in wait, kill that thing. Oh, wait, no, cancel. You know why that's not good? Because, we can't just cast it immediately afterwards. It's probably better if it's in the graveyard. So yeah, we'll play a forest now. And I think I will get in there. The Kotis agent trades with one of these, which I'm not thrilled by, but it is what it is. And Everybody's main decking this Heritage Reclamation, by the way, which is of note, right? Of note that they're main decking Heritage Reclamation. Yathan Tomb Guard, sure. And Sidisi. Okay, there's nothing in their yard right now. Okay, so... I guess we could just leave that up, right? I'm gonna actually play that. Play a land. Is it better to just lie in wait? Let's see. Lie in wait, grab our Shrine Keeper? It might be. Right? Just to get rid of this Gurmag Nightwatch. Is that like getting them some life? But then again, they have Sidisi to possibly pod into something. Well, it has to be in their graveyard, right? So, I guess the correct thing is to just play another agent. And next, no attacks, end turn. Right? I think we're better off just bargaining at the end of their turn. Pass. Sure. Okay. Okay, so... Whoop. Actually, wait, no. That way they get to kill one of these. Bewildering Blizzard. Okay, that's not great. We have one of those. Sure. I'm gonna bargain here. Done. Cancel. Wait. Oh, we don't have blue, so we have to pay the 2 there. Let's see. Deathgorger, Agent of Codis. Yeah, let's get the Agent and the Deathgorger, because I don't actually want more lands here. Let's see. There's nothing for us to kill in their graveyard, so it might just be possible that Flying Death Touch seems pretty good. Drew another land, that's not great though. It might just be better for us to play the Deathgorger as a big boy. Let's see. I don't think they can get back any of these cards from their graveyard, but should the... Oh, it's 2, right? Up to 2? Yeah. Should they be able to regain any value from there? Let's just get rid of those 2 then. We'll play another Agent de la Codis, and no attacks because the Sidisi can just get in there. Damn, that was big too because they refilled their hand there. Agent of Codis. Okay. How much does this cost? 6? 6. Alright, so we're not going to get in from the air, so I don't think we just do that. I think we want to just leave up Dispelling Exhale. It might not be good here, though. Maybe we just kill the Yathan Tomb Guard. I guess they could sacrifice the Agent to get back the Yathan Tomb Guard. Same thing for the Gurmag Nightwatch. And realistically, nothing is really worth killing right now, so let's just, next. No attack, end turn. They have so much mana, though. Maybe the Dispelling Exhale is just bad here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure. I will block that with this. Okay. Fishless Skimmer, sure. Oh, they're going to draw a card off of that. That's very good. Yep, that draws them a card. Resolve. And I guess... that being a 4-5 is huge. Exiles a creature they control and their graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Behold the dragon. My turn. Okay, so we play this. Play this. Get back our Shrine Keeper. Kill this. Play the Shrine Keeper. Oh, I don't have a counter spell here. Attack with the Shrine Keeper. Gain a life, draw a card. Okay, it's another blocker, sure. It's kind of one of those things that we had to hope to get, right? Get that thing back from our graveyard with the top decking the plains, then immediately go, here it is back again, haha. We can double block the Tomb Guard with the two of these and still put the Crotic Nest Guard in front of that, so they'd have to have another strange combat trick. Sidisi's an interesting choice. Do they have a fight spell here? Okay. Another exhale, alright. And next. I think we just send in the Shrine Keeper again. Draws us a card, gains us a life. How much is relying on this Jeskai Shrine Keeper's back? Keru Goldkeeper is not for us right now. I do want to leave up the exhale. That said, I can't see what we would counter here when they have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana, right? Hi, Summer. Folks, this is my cat. She occasionally tells me that I should give her more attention. Boop. Oh, who's your baby? Alright, so resolve that. Resolve. See, in these longer games, the exhale actually ends up being somewhat worse. Okay. Sure. They could use that to exile a card from my graveyard. Makes sense. We can't counter that, so I'm gonna let it happen. Sure. Pass. My turn? Sure. Okay, so the Ice Climber is actually interesting here. I'm gonna hit them first with the Shrine Keeper, or attempt to. Draw another card. Dragon Claw Strike. I'll play that guy, and we'll leave up the rest of these cards. End turn. Because they're dead to the Ice Climber and the Shrine Keeper unless they do something about my board right now. The counter magic is not super great here, all things considered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Resolve. Resolve. Pass. I can just kill that, right? Yeah, we can. I'm gonna block the Tomb Guard with the Death Gorger and the Agent. Pass. They have 8 mana left? Yeah, they do. Okay. My turn. So we Dragon Claw Strike here, kill their Bloomvine Regent. Done. Did we send 1, 2, 3? Let's see. What's in my deck right now? Nothing that I would want to mill, so... But I think... Target up to 1 player. I'm not going to mill anything. They can make a token with their city. I think... we got there on flyers. Could have also put... Let's see. Create a token, yep. Hey! Could have also put tokens on one of these creatures to make it even more clear that the opponent was go. Oh, forgot to look at it again. We just ground them out. Here's our next opponent. We're 2-2 going into round 5 with 5-color Teamer. The only way I can tell me that's not for you. We're going first. We could draw a green source, right? I gotta keep this. I think I have to keep this. There's 8 green sources, so we have a pretty high chance of drawing one. Oh no, it's Mardu. It's the Mardoodus. I'm gonna play the Sibsig Appraiser. Just to get on the board. Something that can trade with that. Do I want the Swiftwater Cliffs or the Death Gorger? I think I want the Swiftwater Cliffs, actually. So we want to hit our land drops. And next turn we're going to cast use the Evolving Wilds. No blocks here. I'll take one. Opponents seems to have this. I think that this is very precious. Ooh, all right. So, play the Globe. Play the Cliffs. And no attacks. Looks like we're definitely taking 4. Opponent is Boros, so we might be taking 6 here with a drain. That could be bad. Might have been more correct to play the Evolving Wilds to get another green source. I think the correct thing to do next turn, especially if we can hit another green source, put this in front of that, actually, is to play the Crotic Nest Guard and also the Relic. Oh, we'll see, right? We'll see, folks. Taking 4. That's dead. Good. Like that's dead. Interesting. If I play... I get to play one of these. Okay. Back up to 18. This can trade with the Pack Beast, but I doubt that they attack with the Stalwart and the token. Otherwise, we'd block the token and make them use any combat trick that they have. Ooh, Molten Exhale is very good here. There goes Vanguard. Okay. Not Van Great for us. Oh god. Okay, so play this. Play the Ice Climber. Play the Evolved Wilds. End turn. We've been hitting a lot of lands, unfortunately. That's all I can say. Unfortunately, we've hit a lot of lands. This Ice Climber might just be eating a hit, right? I'll trade this champion for either the Vanguard or the Stalwart if they attack with everything. I'm sorry, not the Ice Climber's not eating a hit. The Ice Climber might just be chump blocking something. Pass. Opponent's got a full grip too, which is like a huge problem. Yep. Opponent did the math and realized we are mostly just dead. Oh, we're just dead. Good game. Yeah, we're just 100% dead. They take our champion. God damn. See, and we were trying to tech against the fast decks like this, right? We just I can't bring up the list, but we never drew our early interaction, right? And our hand was full of green cards. Maybe I should have mulliganed. I don't know. No, I don't think it's correct to mulligan there, right? Yeah, I don't think it's correct to mulligan there. Leave match. Boros is just very, very aggressive, and we have to be understanding of that. Let's look at the deck again real quick. We landed on Surok very early, and then we never saw him. I've never seen this card this entire draft, right? Like, he's in the deck, I promise. Never played him. Was it sorry, not guilty, greedy to go 5 color? It might have been, because this is like our only white spell, right? And our only red spell. Actually, this is a mistake. Whoops. Shh. We're only talking. Well, I guess there's Dragonclaw Strike, but that could also just be a 4-mana play. It did win us a game. I like this Shrine Keeper too much. I can't. Done here. If you enjoyed that, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom. Tell your mom I said hi, and come over to twitch.tv/dickrecord. But with that out of the way, I'm out of here. You have a lovely rest of your evening, folks.